Flyers fans tonight are leaving disappointed, but many of them say that they are still so grateful that the team made it this far. They were out here until the very end chanting, "Let's go Flyers."
What a season! What a season! What a season! We'll be back. We'll be back.
The Philadelphia Flyers season comes to an end tonight, but for many fans, the feeling isn't disappointment, it's pride.
I'm really proud of them. Even though they didn't win tonight, they still had an amazing season.
So proud. 3.8%. We are so proud of this team.
Despite the loss, fans say this team exceeded expectations, fighting their way through a season many didn't think would last this long.
They weren't supposed to be here. You know what I mean? They're young. We got 19-year-olds playing in the NHL right now with men, 25, 26, 28 years old, and they're holding their own.
From packed sports bars to fans leaving the arena, still chanting, "Let's go Flyers."
Go Flyers!
The energy around this team has reignited hope for the future in Philadelphia.
And the future is bright. I am hopeful, and I love them.
These boys fight, and the future is bright. I am not afraid of what's in store. I know Danny B in the front office is going to make this team better, and we will be back, and not only in the second round cup next year.
Let's go Flyers! Let's go!
Now the season is officially over for the Flyers, but fans say they know this time next year the team will go all the way. At Xfinity Mobile Arena, Kelsey Kushner, NBC 10 News.
Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers guy. Welcome to the final edition of the Orange and Black recap of the 2025-2026 season. You know, last year, I came on here, and it had a different bit, and the feel was very different last season. Because last season, this team did not have a chance to get into the playoffs. Last night, the Philadelphia Flyers faced off against Carolina Hurricanes. A must-win game. In the first period, Flyers, they got on the board first. Tyson Forrester gets his first goal in the playoffs. It's a 1-0 lead. It's a 1-0 lead. Carolina ties it up at 1-1 in the second period. Ties it up at 1-1. Second period, Carolina. It looked like they had scored their second goal of the game, but the goal was waved off, and it was still 1-1. But then Carolina got a legit goal to give them a 2-1 lead. And Alex Bunk gets his first goal in the playoffs. It's a 2-2 tie in the game. Game goes into the third, still tied at 2. Game goes into overtime. Carolina gets the win, and the Flyers season officially came to an end last night. The Flyers season officially came to an end last night as they lose to Carolina 3-2 in overtime. And I want to share my thoughts about this season. I'm going to say it right now. This, in my opinion, was one of the most exciting Flyer seasons that I have seen in 5 years. The way the Flyers, the way they got into the playoffs, I will never forget how it all went down. I will never forget the first game of the season back in October. I'll never forget where I was in January and February when everything just seemed to fall apart for this hockey team. The thing about this team, they picked up the pieces late in the season. And they went on an absolute tear to get into the playoffs. It all started in March with an overtime victory over the New York Rangers. And I think just started to really turn around for the Flyers. there were still a couple of bumps in the road when they were trying to get into the playoffs, but as a fan, I'll never forget how the Flyers got into the playoffs. I'll never forget sitting in my room watching the playoff clincher where the Flyers won in the shootout to get into the playoffs. And I remember sitting in my room watching the Flyers go up 3-0 to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the first round of the playoffs. The Penguins, they fought back though. So I remember that night, sitting in my house, watching a game on TV, and watching Cam York score the goal in overtime to go to the second round. I will say this, Carolina, they are a good team. I like to show my respect to the Hurricanes. They played a good series. I gotta admit that they were better than us in every way, but in a way, the Flyers put up a fight. But in losing to a good team like the Hurricanes, this team is learning. They're growing. They're getting experience. And to see this team get into the playoffs, that was good for the city. Because I've never seen a city more excited for playoff hockey than I've seen in 5 years. As a fan, I'd just like to thank the Philadelphia Flyers for going the extra mile for us. For going out there night after night and just showing that we're not going to give up. Game 4 did not go our way. I admire the fight of this Flyers team. In 5 years, we have never seen playoff hockey, but this was the year that we finally got what we wanted this year, and that was playoff hockey. I kind of wish it would have lasted longer, but as a fan, I am happy and I am proud of my hockey team. I'm not going to comment on the whole Mishkov thing that's going on. I'm not going to comment on how people feel about this. I'm not going to comment on people's other. I'm not going to comment on some fans that are disappointed. And, it's okay to be disappointed, but this isn't the end of This isn't the end of the world, because this team gave us everything they had. And I know there's a lot of mixed opinions in the fan base. Some are happy about the way we're proud of this team. Some are still disappointed. I mean, you look at the fan base, but you look at Philly. When you live in Philly, there's a lot of mixed opinions about from fans. Some fans may think that this was an embarrassing way to go out, but some fans, like me, are proud of this team. And I'm not going to comment on the people that I'm not going to comment on any negative comments about this team. Because this video is about paying tribute to a team that gave it their all. And also showing My respect to the Carolina Hurricanes. My respect to Rob Brindamore, who was a hell of a coach. But Rick Tocchet did a really good job with this team this season. He really helped this team get to where they are. And the Flyers were not supposed to be here. But there's a lot of people on this team, in this organization, that contributed to the extra mile that this team had to go, that this team gave us. And I gotta tell you, Dan Vladar, we have a good goalie in Dan Vladar. He played his ass off in these playoffs. And he was the reason we got here. And also, let's not forget how Sam Ersson turned it around this season as well. As a fan, I'm proud of his team. I'm proud of his fan base. And I'm proud that after that game, fans, even after the Flyers got eliminated, the arena was still cheering for the Philadelphia Flyers. And that was beautiful. The respect between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Flyers when this series ended, that was a beautiful thing. And that is truly what this sport is all about. And as a fan, I can't wait for next season. I can't wait for that first official puck drop of the 2026-2027 Philadelphia Flyers season. I'm excited. Right now, my neon sign is turned off. After last night, after the game, last night, I turned off my Flyers neon sign for the last time this season. And this neon sign that I have right here will be lighting up again in October for the first game of the 2026-2027 Philadelphia Flyers season. This season, during this season, I've lost two important people in my life. Back in March, I lost my Aunt Lynn. And then, a couple of weeks ago, my Aunt Marianne had passed away. And I really miss her. And believe it or not, she told me that she once saw Jeff Carter in Seattle. And I gotta say, I would really like this team to win these games for my Aunt Marianne and for my Aunt Lynn. It didn't happen, but the most important thing is they played good for both of them. And they played well. And that's a good tribute to two very important people that I've lost in my life. And I'd like to dedicate this video to the memory of my Aunt Lynn and the memory of my Aunt Marianne, and also the memory of my Aunt Michelle. My father who was a huge Flyers fan, just like me. And I also like to thank a lot of people this season for their support this year. I want to thank each and every one of my friends and my family for supporting me all season and for supporting this team all season. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to say it right now. This story for the Flyers is not over. I've said in my past videos that the future of this team is bright. But this future has gotten even brighter for the Philadelphia Flyers. Right now, that chip that we've had on our shoulders has gotten a little smaller. Just a tad smaller. And the reason for that is because we're still hungry for more. And we're still hungry for more Flyers hockey. And that will be coming up next season. It was very exciting for me to do pregame reports for these playoffs and to be able to do the Orange and Black recap during the playoffs as well. So I'd like to thank the entire Philadelphia Flyers organization and the Philadelphia Flyers hockey team for giving this city a very exciting time to be a Flyers fan. This is officially the last episode of the Orange and Black recap. I will be back for season 5. Alright, when I recap the season opener of the 2026-2027 Philadelphia Flyers season. It's time to put a bow on this season and get ready for next season. Thank you, Flyers. Thank you for everything this season.